Hello and welcome back to World of Horror. And in this episode, we're going to get started with the actual meat of the game. In the last episode, we just did a very short kind of tutorial to show you how the game works. So again, I'm going to keep the same color palette. I think it looks quite nice with the red, the blues, and the kind of off-white color. But we're actually going to start with the extracurricular activity. So this is the actual game proper. And of course, we've already seen the intro event, so I'm just going to skip past it. Alright, so this is what is different than the last one. A old one, the Eternal Web, is the kind of event that we have. And the old one is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours all. So, the old god's rule changes playthrough to playthrough depending on which old god you're trying to defeat. And this old god prevents you from running away from combat encounters, which is very bad. All of these are very, very bad. However, this isn't the worst thing in the world. As long as we get some decent weapons early on, we should be fine. Alright, so we are actually playing World of Horror properly. We have our lovely lady character here with 17 stamina and 17 reason. We can actually go home and explore these things. We check our mailbox. It's empty. There's sort of something rattling there. Yeah, and we have lots of different options we can do at home. We can watch TV. Looks like there's a missing person in the forest surrounding Shirakawa. Alright, well, apparently there's a phone. We can actually hit these buttons if we wanted to. I don't have any phone numbers, so I don't know if there's anything I can call. And we don't have any cassette tapes to watch. Looks like we can actually turn the TV off and on at will. That's kind of cool. We can also take a bath. And if you end up taking a bath, you can actually recover stamina or get a small XP boost, which it's always good to take the small XP boost whenever you first start. So our XP will start off just a little bit, tad bit higher than it would normally. We can also change clothes. It's a nice movie poster. I actually don't know. Okay, so we have a schoolgirl outfit, some gym clothes. We'll just start with the default captain. I think that looks nice on our little portrait over here. We can also take a peep through the peephole, and there's a creepy guy over there. I don't like that very much. We can also access our storage, and I don't think there's absolutely nothing in our storage. Alright, so we're going to have to start a new mystery. Inexplicable but morbid events have been plaguing our towns for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. So our options here are Freaky Feature of Found Footage, Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids, Alarming Accountant of Abnormal Arts, Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil, and Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival. So, actually, a lot of these are new. They did not exist when I played through before. And I don't know what the box... Okay, so there are different endings based on what we do in the actual game. This one only has one ending. So this one might actually be easier than the rest. So I think we're going to start with The Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms. Sure, why not? I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. So yeah, let's go ahead and investigate this mystery. To advance this mystery, investigate the circled location. As you progress, the location and rules may change. So, to explain it in the absolute best thing, at any point during the game, we can go to a lot of different locations. We can go to our house, we can go downtown to apartments, go to the hospital, forest, village, mansion, seaside, school. All these different places have different things that you can do there. When you can even rest, and let's say if we click on travel to downtown, we actually have different options for what to do in these areas. We can have the doom counter go up. If it hits 100%, you get a game over. But we can trade doom for spells. So we increase our doom, but we would get some spells. We can buy items or heal injuries at the hospital. We can go to the hardware store to buy things. And it does not look like I have any money. I don't know where that is kept on the UI. Up here, maybe? possibly. But for now, I think we're just going to go ahead and investigate downtown and check out the apartment complex. So think of this as kind of like a board game where we're flipping up cards that tell us what the events are, and then our choices will dictate what happens. So its oddly shaped package is the event. When you enter the metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It is marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate. An icy feeling settles in the pit of your stomach. We can either examine the package or we can ignore it. I mean, sure, what the worst that could happen? Bad. So what happens is when some of these events check our statistics, and this one checked our dexterity, and we failed. It's not until you've unwrapped it that you understand what it is. Shocked, you let it fall onto the floor from your bloodied hands. Looks like we lost a little bit of reason. So now we can travel to the apartments. We can actually talk to our neighbor here. I'm really busy today. Let's hang out some other time. Looks like we can't hang out with our neighbor. But yeah, so let's go ahead and investigate the apartments, which is what we need to do in order to progress the quest. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Maybe just calm her down. The woman sniffs and smiles weakly. You feel like you've prevented something awful. Gain 4 reason. So our reason is now capped back out. So us choosing that terrible event in the metro isn't bad. So apparently there's an optional thing for us to check out the hospital twice in order to complete the quest. So we need to go to the hospital and investigate there, at least take 2 events there in order to progress the quest. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nursing practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. I think we could ask about it. Her stories about missing patients, mysterious surgeries, and strange infections are helpful, but they kind of kill the mood. So we lost a little bit of reason, we gained some experience points, which is great. I like XP in games where you can level up. It's my favorite. But yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and investigate the hospital for the second time, which is what we need in order to complete the quest. While taking the elevator, you get a terrible feeling as if something bad is about to happen. Oh, please, no. No. Elevator doors open, revealing a black mass of eyes and teeth pouring into the elevator, biting and suffocating you. Later, you wake up in the doctor's office. A nurse discovered you lying unconscious on the elevator floor. Alright, so Anatomical Museum Archive displays a specimen with elongated arms and jellified bones. So that was what we needed to figure out, that there's sort of specimens in the hospital that have these really unnaturally long arms and bendable bones, which is very freaking creepy. But now that we've done that, back at the apartment, we noticed the odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through, though. So yeah, we'll just investigate the apartments again. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Ooh. No, thank you. I don't even have a weapon. I don't have a weapon! I don't have a weapon! So first of all, I need to get an improvised weapon of some sort. I can't dodge as well. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, so we need to get a weapon. And I guess I'm gonna have to kick because okay, so we found a branch in our apartments for some reason. Looks like we've also now picked up a concussion. -1 knowledge until the end of the current mystery. Oh, jeez. Okay. We have a weapon at least. So we can go ahead and equip the weapon. We now have a branch, which is not a great weapon, let me say, to fight off a apartment stalker. We have a very, very low chance to hit here. We might die. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. Just keep hitting him with the stick we found in our apartment. He is doing some serious damage to us. Okay, we missed. No. Please stop doing damage to me. Please. Okay, we did manage to defeat the apartment stalker. He also dropped an item, which is pretty rare that we actually get items from enemies here. We got a baseball bat, which would have been a much better weapon, in my opinion, than what we were wielding. And so the events that transpire, like I was saying before, don't actually matter for the case. They're just a random event. The things that matter for the case appear after the event. So then our next step, after realizing the ventilation shafts are kind of in odd places, that we should interview the neighbors. Maybe we'll discover something the police missed. So we'll just investigate the apartments once again. Wired preacher, excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other end of the line. You definitely don't like the man on the other line puts accent on real. Hello, are you still there? I mean, yeah, I'll listen to him. Yeah, nope, not good. You learned some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, everything the man said was the truth. So we lowered the doom counter, which goes up every time we explore somewhere, but we did lose 3 reason. I don't know if that was a very good trait. One of the neighbors in the apartment complex that we're investigating is complaining about her underwear missing. Okay. Interesting. As you walk through the crowded spaces, someone bumps into you and quickly apologize. Realize what's happening. Well, we have some of our funds. Okay, we did have money. Damn, I didn't realize that was money down there. The second neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Okay. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up, shouts a deep voice behind the door. I know you're there. No, thank you. The man escapes when he hears the police siren, but before he goes, he draws an unfamiliar symbol in blood on your front door. Oh God. Let's check the building plan to find out if there is a place where all the vents are connected. Not wanting to wait for an elevator, you decided to take the rarely used stairs. You suddenly trip, but grab the rail in the last second. When you inspect up to see what caused you trip, you freeze in terror. It is slowly standing up. Looks like there is a twisted corpse. And it is a ghost enemy, so I can only hurt it with spiritual attacks. I think this is where I die, guys. Okay, so we can try to sever their ties to this world. I think we're going to do that. We should only take 2 damage from the entire encounter, because I don't think Sever can miss. So, we are not looking very good. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? You enter the dark boiler room and trip over a pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long, rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you could smell something vile and rotten. You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing in the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key. After the police arrived, the whole building was searched. Following the arms, the detectives found the body of a man stuck in the ventilation shaft. Later, he is identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, the police finds pieces of underwear and voyeur photos of the tenants. So we have successfully completed the mystery. Unfortunately, For every mystery we complete, the old god stirs. So now there are new things that happen. So there's an arcane storm. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented aura-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green light. So I don't know what that does, but I don't like it. Okay, so if we want to cast any spells, the cost, reason is what you basically spend on your spells. And the reason cost has been increased by 1 for all spells because of that green light. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. We have completed the first of 5 mysteries that we need to complete. And I hope you all will join me in the next video. Thank you. Bye.